Hey guys, Ryan Earnhardt here from CreativeSoundLab.tv. Well, today I'm going to be talking about ribbon mics that have polar patterns. This is nuts because we usually think of ribbon mics as figure 8. Condensers would pick up in very naturally in omni directional polar pattern, so they actually have to kind of create a labyrinth to direct sound around the capsule to create some cancellation around the back. It's really just kind of a mathematical thing that happens in real time using physics. There's so much that goes into the actual polar pattern that it creates and the way it captures. So we can see this today. We can see that the ribbon mic in its native form, figure 8, we can see that this is its natural sound. But then we can actually shift the mic and create some sort of blockage or labyrinth, or I'm not exactly sure how they engineered it to work, but we can alter the way sound wraps around the back of the mic, affecting its pickup response, its polar pattern. So this is really cool. We can hear the difference of figure 8, cardioid, hypercardioid, omnidirectional. It's pretty cool. And I don't know many mics that can probably do this. So this is the 77DX. So first up, we're going to do the same position and just change the polar patterns. Okay, now let's take that 77, put it into omnidirectional polar pattern, and walk it in to see what the proximity effect is doing here. Let's see if it gets overwhelmed with some low end. That was pretty impressive. I was blown away. Usually in omnidirectional, you have kind of some coloration and the highs that kind of goes away. You have the proximity effect that goes away. And in doing those things, you kind of ended up with the mids that may or may not be untouched. And it sometimes sounds a little more mid-rangey. We could hear this in the different polar patterns where like the V1, V2, I forget what it was called, but we can hear the top end kind of shifting a little bit. But it's really curious just how well this works. I mean, this is nuts. So no proximity effect, nice and neutral sound, nice smooth top end. And, we heard from the other examples, the top end's changing a little bit, with the different polar patterns. Obviously, we have proximity effect. We can hear that clearly in the bidirectional, which is the native figure 8. So I thought this was really cool and kind of a high-end, nerdy, vintage kind of way. I don't know many mics that can really do this. Most ribbons are figure 8. But if anyone were to ever make a 77 again, this would be something really unique because having a polar pattern selection, there's just nothing like it. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. We're hanging out in the comments below.